But are they doing it? No. Adisika die ni ebi mo fu do cho ni abobota ya kese eni me hia na ye. Now, producer I'm sure make say na dey ato so am so that you be hu the type of fire na make ho asem no. Picture na and so a wo be fa ne saa me shewa enti ye fa class C no ento screen ni so. Class C fires no involve electrical equipment. And now might be started by old wiring in walls, frayed electrical cords, worn out breaker boxes, or faulty appliances. The first thing to disconnect, the first thing is to disconnect the appliance or item from its power source, only if it is safe to do so. If possible, you should try to extinguish the flames using a carbon dioxide or dry powder fire extinguisher. If when the power source is disconnected, the fire can become a different class of fire. Typically class A. Do not try to put out an electrical fire with a water or foam extinguisher, as both of those materials can conduct electricity and potentially make the situation more dangerous. And this is it. I know that screen is no. This is the type C. At times, every hour plug iron be with you. Oh, I almost iron or refine heat is na eja atom. A banisana a type C. At times, every I say electric stove be and never be a crowd phone charger no plug it. No way, or never be a eja to me affirm. Me now a class C fire, sir. A banisana, how do you handle it? The first thing I was obeying and say, Ube disconnect the power source. Say charger and I would hear to your man. Ube two charger and you find your way to unplug the charger from it. And I say a iron or a electric stove, the obeyan is over try as much as you can. Now unplug it. And yes, answer if it is very difficult, now they say, Ebi adian baby I share do no. Untumi kosum na won twen. Me so and try say we di nsuo ebe kwa akoguso abra ade na bene because eja ensuro nsuo especially so what plug ade na it has to do with wire and edija na ba uhie nsuo guso a enyeyi enu ti na ugina nsuo na adon saka wire ma ebe shock you eja na nkasa na se power na free electricity ni mu ba no enu ankasa no eye nsuo ena ense nsuo eje ba ne sa na wa say what plug phone eneja atom ana say what plug iron eneja atom electric stove bi neja atom electrical appliances na say wiring crown wire neja atom na wo kwa akose nsuo akwa aguguso a it will never quench the fire. It will never quench the fire. So a justice way now there is a way, and I said there are ways to me which of course we do not know. And we jet me to be fee a kit because of lack of knowledge, and I said quite a befaso obey to me a doom intino. Ube say no jirina no any my fatasa and afi jana baba yekasi. So if the fire service, not before any information ministry, ni NCC, for no more they will play their part well as far as these things are concerned. And every household, even they will get to know how to place things, how to use things, so that these electrical equipment catch fire and can happen. And even if unfortunately it happen and there is a way nipa who say obetuma go about quenching the fire and I say extinguishing the fire so that maybe reduce fire outbreaks. But these are things we do not know because we can include this in our curriculum. Now abua so that we will come to the know. Say a jashishen when you untumi fa de odudum we ni kodum we untumi fa enti ayo on there. This is what happens. A ban is an want to plug in free man. Then you can use the necessary step like I said. But say the moment I iron and I say a BBI tear down where you been a power and from utmi on plug and out to me two socket utmi two free socket in the then it is telling us the moment a ben lusu now who are the free socket in the then a jano and free socket in maybe now by class A, which of course they do certain they are able to meet in so eguso. Because while plugging electrical stove, now at Benia Nejatum, ultimate fence on Koguso at the moment. I just said, unplug it, it becomes type A, and not the automation so good because that time wire no connection be any hobium, I beka stove in Kwa. But the moment I wire no connection one day, there's no way water able to me quench that fire that because naked wires in so. Now quickly, you read the type D. Type D fires happen when a metal ignites. It takes high level of heat to ignite most metals. Class D fires are oftentimes caused by alkali metals such as potassium, magnesium, aluminium, and sodium, as these can ignite when exposed to air or water. Fire Equipment Manufacturers Association advise extinguishing these types of fires with a dry powder extinguisher only. Only. And then dry powder extinguishers work on metal fires by separating the fuel from oxygen or removing the heat element of the blaze. But foam or water extinguishers can potentially increase the intensity of the flames and then cause dangerous explosions. Class D and I say type D fire outbreak, then we are getting to know, so when metals are heated, most of the times, in big companies, big factories, in any laboratories now, that is where they use these kind of things. When they are exposed to heat, a metal be on the amount of heat be a bit to catch fire. When these materials or when these metals are exposed to heat, it is easy to catch fire. It is very easy to catch fire. Now, even a metals be heat. Now a carbon it will cause a fire. It will cause a fire. So we need more education about even our various industries, and laboratories, how we to place those metals, so that even if anything crana into me a carbon teacher, because I say a boom you crown or for now the tune say heat to me manitija. Same thing as metals. In factories, your industries, you be braina a jato or na near see who the course, yes, and now it is telling us the only way Ube to me do this kind of fires. Say Ube use the powder extinguishers. 81. Now I will recommend powder extinguishers to the laboratories, to the factories or dealing with metals the most, because it is telling us the moment I use and then the type A fire no, and they use type D no. Then who expose the fire no say enye kese. Who share gumuno na fire no flames ne ye kese. Who share gumuno na flames ne ye kese. So it is about time I will say yes. Eja we anasa dey we catch fire no. This is the solution. Enye say na was oye no. So that negligence and as ignorance Emma umfa adia any kwase wo de be apply say bia te say the na make say ya so electric ya so gas na eja atom no na makofa book na me di bom because me vision from and be dum no yes sir now we intensify eja ni heat no say enye kese. So these are things we need to be educated. I was say chair so that among for ofia they know how to manage in factories, industries, they all know how to manage your money so that they just share so better, but we are not doing it. Just like Bogoso explosion. Yenim how I bet me managing. Yenim how I be exporting explosives. I'm a just share to me kobaya. I'm a for a pressure monka. I am when I no crying to me who you want. So it is about time we understand these things. Education, Emra. These are basic things I will say you. But what are the various ministries doing? Here the very last one. Class K or Class F fires. Now, it involves cooking oil such as vegetable oil, animal fats, because of the high flash point of cooking oil and fats. Class K fires often start when a pan is left unattended to for too long on the stove. Just as you shouldn't use water to try to extinguish a Class B fire, dousing a cooking oil fire with a liquid is likely to create a dangerous splatter effect and spread the flames. Extinguish a Class K fire with a wet chemical extinguisher. Medical culture, for instance, udi adie sijaso say anwa and I say any type of oil bia udi sijaso and no so eja tumi tom. Enti we are telling you say eba ne sana. This is what you have to do. And confess you and guso because entumi enumu no. Entumi you are making the situation more worse. So require the foam extinguisher no, and I said the wet foam extinguisher, so that the moment I will be to atoso ebetumi adumja no. These are things that yakasi ebe koma because fire outbreaks so many ways and I wait to me first so I'll be quenching and so many ways and first so ever, but because of time we just have to take those important ones na yedeba. So I think the Ministry of Education, NADMO, Fire Service, the NCC, all the stakeholders, it is their responsibility say omo be educating on certain things, you know, omo making it clear so that we know how to use gadgets away in fear. We will know how to use gadgets away streets. We will know how to use gadgets away in factories, any in laboratories. And then if in case there's fire outbreak now, we will know how to go about it. Said the beya, yanko fire progia your nature to my yanko sensu meguso. Bemo yebehu say this is what we have to do by using the powder extinguishers. Yehu said it just share so because your ignorance, lack of education, sometimes you're making the situations worse. The same thing, they do accident, which of course, accident you see, then clearly, one man will rush to the scene. Now, omo kosi about this, you know. So these are petty things. We should be in the know. I was saying a change so that you will say if this will happen, if this happens, this is how to go about it. So we see, say near Bayano, so we see, say near Bayano, and say near what and yes, idea you will be beating about the bush, lack of knowledge, and because of ignorance, you know. That is what will happen. Them we see situations instead of getting the right solutions. We need to be educated. The public needs to be educated, and we have entities Now, the last advice is that. Say janitor baby. Now free say it is beyond your control. And I say per what I've just said, we need any idea as to how I'll be to medum jana. Red Cross for first rule ekache will say e ban say baby kura na jana to hon jahoneko. Free honeko it is wo fie kura na jato now free say no minim enye jabia ne to fie yedi nsuo ne dum no. Nsuo ne tumi worse in case at times. It is a unima. It is better say a banisa unim de obe kwanchi dia na obetwe ho because eje bi ono ma shin kakran but what try action be so the bedum dia na ama situation na worse into unima the first option at Red Cross for catch on say jato baby na say uni idea about it 100% how obetu medum dia na enyisu wankasa wadwen free baby ejana ton neko, and if possible call on the fire service, you can call on the police, you can call on any entity so that they can attend to it. Now I save your life. Other than that, tell be your negligence, and I say because of ignorance, you better worse in cases. But police in Ibi wa momole, you from Bismarck. Passport issue be wo. Menya the tape no. Passport issue be police in Ibi wa momole from Bismarck. Make sure you handle the issue as it's supposed to be, because you say police for they more competent. Yes, and for the you say more competent. More moduma yi. So the same respect, police in our Bismarck, the Bismarck our momole. Passport issue na wo no. Lady no why wa say this e ko fie ko dan nchen ma de chance na wa solve issue na ma no. Be very careful. Na hwe issue ni e. Enya adwuma aban ne so ma wo se koye no no. Enya sa it will get to a time I will personally expose you into show you because I didn't know where you are. The basic anum say from Arno Clement, Active Bite editorial version, and the bro Active Morning Show Jumedino eso. Now here economic actually say still WhatsApp and no text messages now. Ubi to me Eddie about it was 0503-236-735 0503-236-735. Facebook and so what it's one of my diabena. You better be an akinka Eddie amount at Active TV GH and YouTube and so say Active TV GH. I'm sure platforms in our Facebook and they can't like it. All like if you are making sure say we be comment. Now share Adiano as many times as you can. Who do want to make sure any share share 3 times you pay. Now the same thing applies to the YouTube. Okwa subscribing. We are notification button be or adoma bell be. Me as never to all. Then so we comment and so let's help Mother Ghana grow. And that's our no. You better not who says na to me agency because in leaders you know or munye competent enough. They don't care about anybody. Into and they will keep them on their toes. The right things will be said every day because the truth will one day conquer lies. Now Asha so. Yeah, the best say now as usual, Mame Abena Fabia stand by or the entertainment news to me now. Me Mama Esther Echan we are retired TSIRBRRI and pay Michel Kumasi Fumesha ena or Ntiashin Confirm Sansa Mr. Dukutu Mr. Ejri Munano Moya retired and pay Michel Muna Mamela and so I work out the mass market on for Active TV in the agro crowd the parents of Michana Richmond also opposite Active TV here when a miniaba enu amaji wakodi muta should you meji nipa mo so anope Ntiashin ko any ediko edemamu yedisia na my beautiful lady as always me too and what here mame abena fabia akenten a business agent so on tiase or stand by at the entertainment news no ebel enko bia.
For a answer, Mama Kwaba Adamaseke see a pass a moko so active morning right here on Active TV. Edin Abna Fabia Akente and Sanya Clement kind Utua number team or number sum number twaso na yede internet yemboni te send the musica Bejina Eka musica I postpone a year or meeting and as some question or moto abano or postponing a date na embeto journal see or the date number 23rd of February next month and on better abana but I ain't here ample no mutimina say etotom nyeme na election no etimi free and fair we am to ask me ko he teacher kojo and teacher kojo nya onim no na pamo no free adetire mu no ne ho asem na make na too so aye UTV so and on ya beku santa na kwatwetwe nkomo na nkomo twetwe nim no and on the betu just say on no teacher kojo ote wonu ma ofa teacher ebo ne bo say obetra de no watron of death 4 good times and to the kawasi no na just say 5 times now after SHS otina face 7 good years and sana all call teachers training college ababaye teacher na yenko ni yenko te na December
we e ba chomi wi twene bo akodua e wo kumawu and I feel Kumauton, when ya school uncle, when ya teacher trade uncle will come say, just say, I could create. And no question, say, and no crown on my brain. Me school met never 7 years. Oh, what a answer. None of money being kui. One passe, may say. Dear subject now failure. Oh, me fairly, baby. Me man fairly, men can ye. Bomun is to send me fairly, me from my hoarding. I want to send fairly no team. It's Emma, maybe Tenefie, me tron of deck and quam 4. Which one of deck 4? Marco 4 na me dey. Not just every year be actual subject. Na me tro. And na me dey can. Me madam buyi. A woman ma be 7 years. A woman ma be bu no jai. Oh, then you are an inspiration. Yeah, me jaya na akokra ne tumi for say oh kwadwo. Me anwani. Me se me dey me ntimi bium because mature 3 nko yi. And then ma outro remedials 4 times. So when you get remedials a remix no I. Empempi na fa ba bi no so meka say ma ho bo anso ka ho. Me hu say na agro ya ba mani so. Na as a men trim home free school sem ho na nka men pe bibi mfa metim wram say yesika sem na menya me honte enti 7 years na we senior high school now tifi no e den na now ye de me ye de na no de then time ye num na social media asha asi pija no tie nyina de hu jima ne nam ho bi di agro enti hantuma afadwuma na mama ma kakra na odi edidi ode ma wa na ade edidi until say me ma me free mu na me ye ma dwen say man hwe ya enema bekechi ma memra kumase na mebe nti enokwa me papa na ye say memra na omanya remedial classes bia ma me wa satana we na me wakra nti u faili u wasi no ode betena ankra ma chobi okumase ankoyi na be chobi akra no so ankoyi na msa call back to kumase ko chiro nti eno na mkeka bo mu maako nti no deck me of 4 and original set 1 nti me certificate for SS level ne dey M5 you are an epitome of inspiration. Potoka said the meka me pache say we will be a we in cranshe emu enhwesudua. I say obi a watcho wase na wa faili ba ko mienu miensa na wa bemu abu no. Teacher Kodu ochro 5 times.
Nti openi kese metro yinimu no e na me betna Kumasi me na nchen. Ti me wo honom no e na mama bi wo fie honom ye friend sister Gifty e na o ka che me na say wato teacher training forms ama ne ba. Nti say the matna fie sa no ade no mama nkotobi. Ti na nanu bedi nkomo na teacher training je because me go school na me ha adwen. Say teacher ni adwuma pa de me ntime nye. Besides omo nso oko teacher training akoye say SS treatment no me so me wi
enti ashafo Abeku Santana atu dwumedi a oyiwo YouTube ni SRT video enti obeti a eno no kan no Throne of Death 4 good times just na abemembu emu bi ono etwa wase ni efeli ni abemembu just first we try akọ trace as Throne 4 times 9 the ka wase ni ho a 5 owies no okọ training college so na ya asemi sanse no offense omo ano mo ho na esusu a ono enyi chomo education there any age and boy baby into way as I say on so out to our tears as a money a year addition there kese e ma yen trust me ko shatabando dey assemble ba video bi a chese ne nam TikTok o kita akra bi woni se ma chese o ma ne kiss e wona na fono ho ogigi na go yi na me bi sa shatabando e ye ne ba ana ye ka se wa ababa wa bi mu na chese ba abonte na be yen sem bebre video no e isa enyi ni enhwe na hu se we de anya asemi keke na meka na emu me no kre tese shatabando edi akola la bracket ni meki onu ani yemba tese onu ani boy djuma na video no na producer de asese no hu se na ni aja tese o kita akora na kamenya omo a omosu ankora ho se ma no mbetu ate yete se ye wa wo ba wo se nya osukuta no omo mbetu ye hu we a tese se le okura na no ni mi di ago no ejire na fifi mu and the obey slay kakra also one or sadi blue dress just the white na me should video the dana samade ene betwa to anso wa me safifi mo na mko satade kokko bi a chese o share ho no de dana samaye broni prekupewu dwen ho amenti ase I can video ne social media ni amede ebrel eni ma we bisa bejo ni live on Facebook TVG it's ni live YouTube at Active TVG balance in a good screen is for na ye twetwe ye se road ben wo se obe your communities mo wa play and now say o play our communities ntene asem na family mienu ho sanse nyina me say ye Christopher we enkamofo influence sanse mo nyina sorry ntene ye be hu e big discussion ntene ko bebe ye dan ho abasesha ye ba big discussion is on.
Do you know the world is being ruled by the ideas and inventions of generational thinkers?
The Wright brothers invented the airplane. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. Though they are dead and gone, their ideas and inventions are still benefiting mankind.
Our boarding house, so comfortable, a home away from home indeed.
We are the young inventors, and as generational thinkers, this is where our researches are conducted for inventions.
Ici, c'est notre bibliothèque où nous faisons nos recherches.
Do you want your child to be a generational thinker? I introduce you to
Pure City International School.
Day and boarding.
Admission is open from preschool to JHS.
Memo akwaba eba Kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Medin NT Dr. Samuel Santientri. Me alliances doctor clinic insu alliances clinic abama yitumi say yitumi eye adwuma. Yare bebrebe ehu adwuma ene ye ewa ha. Baby awo bi afahye wotiri mu say yehwe apenfo di apenfo awo asomdwuma yenye omo operation. Dompe abu eno nso ye hu adwuma pa. Yen ene afi 2021 aban ebo ya baso na yenya abaso bode ye say ye obi a yebo modern ewo stroke ayarehwe mu pa. Eno achi no yare a ebiti say sexual weakness, prostate disorders and prostate problems and as infertility your pulse your yare ahodo bebre a ebrinti yentumi nka nkyerɛ obetumi age number eno afre doctor ewo 0247 77 1981 and 0261425985 hwe clinic yachiri kwan ewo Pokuase Afiaman ye ben Presby transformer ye yadwuma free edwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai na hye nso se ye pon anumere nonan ene fa. Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
Boy, yay, and now there no toto. Cause Spine Therapeutic Center on North Kaneshi.
Ampo, any pepi, I was sati be more. One run no man.
Pa, Neso, near here pa, a chiropractic stretch, spinal stretch, massage, physiognomsa.
Spine Therapeutic Center. Sir, what you my entrance here? Enyina ho, ana prebi na aba. Simple akwanhyia accident. Edwa hawa ba, wachi bramo ho. Usisi enu no mpemu.
Spine Therapeutic Center. Abefa therapist to say spinal scanner. A detect exact location of problem you want. Stretch therapy treatment, massage and gym, weight management, physio, nutrition, and a supplement to swab wow.
Na usi baby omo wo.
North Kaneshi here.
Ena spin test. Kotobabi